Okay, now for our main course, which is my fusion take on steak, a baked steak. Now, what goes into a baked steak, pray you might ask? Well, first of all, we have some fabulous undercut or entrecote steaks over here, which I've cut. I've kept them quite thick, about 2 inches, so they're nice, hefty weight, and I want that to come through because I'm going to bake them. So I'm going to take a couple, take 4 precisely, and pop them into this bowl. Okay, now into this, half teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of coriander powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric, just for the color, and that's it for the moment. Next, I'm going to take some of these fantastic fiery green chilies, and I'm going to chop them up. Just a couple should do, because they're quite hot. Make sure everything is coated well. Once all the spices are evenly absorbed in by the meat, I'm going to put in a little bit of plum juice because A, that's a lot of fusion, and secondly, instead of using vinegar or some lemon or another acetate, I'm going to use the plums and their fruit juice to cook the steak in. So about 6 tablespoons of plum juice. Mix that up. Right, so once that's mixed up, I'm just going to put this to the side and let this marinade sit for a while I prepare its baking pods or the papillotes, because we're going to do this in foil or in a parcel. So I've got 4 pieces of foil here, and onto each parcel I'm going to sort of put in a bed of ginger that I finely sliced. Not too much, just a little bit. Right, next, I've sliced up some garlic in sort of like little strips or shreds. Again, just a little bit, not too much, because the garlic won't cook that quickly and it'll leave its pungency, so you've got to be careful. So a couple of shavings of garlic on each, and then some glorious mushrooms. And these are just plain old button mushrooms, but you get them fresh from your grocer and they'll be fabulous in your little parcels. All right, so got a little bit of mushrooms going. Right, then on top of these, just a squirt of a little lemon juice, because this will help start cooking them before they even go into the oven, because of course lemon juice is an acidulant and it helps cook garlic and it helps cook ginger as well. Next, I've got some olive oil here and I'm just going to dress these. Just a little drizzle. Okay, and now we are ready for the last stage. What I have to do is I have to sear these steaks or seal in all the flavors. So for that, I have got me here a handy frying pan, and I'm going to put this on a medium heat. Now, instead of using olive oil, because I want to sear in all the flavors and create a smokiness to it, I'm going to use a little bit of butter, just about a tablespoon's worth of. Put that into my pan and just spread it around. Not so much that it covers the entire pan, you just need it to sear in and brown the meat. So now I've got my steaks in the frying pan. I've reserved some of the juices that were left. I've kept them in the bowl. I'm not putting in everything straight in. I just want to sear or slightly golden brown the edges so the flavors don't release out of the meat, and the meat, when it's cooking in the oven, releases its flavors over a longer period of time. Now, traditionally, I cook this steak from between 3 to 12 minutes, depending on how I wanted to eat it, whether it was rare, medium rare, etc. I'm simply going to sear it, so therefore 1 or 2 minutes on each side. Just all the flavors come out. You've got this juice going over here. And voila, turn the heat off, bring your pan over. Now I'm just going to take each steak and place it on top of my bed, like so. Then I'm going to take the juices, spoon a little bit over, and grab anything that's left in your bowl. Just use that and sort of spread that around evenly. Last step, I'm going to take a couple of plums and I'm just going to sort of put them on with the meat. And this will create a glorious, glorious sauce, and of course it'll look beautiful. Okay, now, last step. just a dash of balsamic on each, and then a little wrapping. And that's it. Now these go into your oven for a good 12 to 15 minutes. Right, that's it. Our steaks are in the oven. They're going to be in there for a good 12 to 15 minutes. And now it's time to get started with our appetizer.